It's Mike Ross, also known as Mike on the Mic. He's getting ready for his upcoming 2022 comedy run. He'll be kicking it off at Bitty Brand's Stress Factory Comedy Club, Caroline's on Broadway, Punchline Philly. You don't want to miss him take the stage at the DC Improv. Then he'll be coming to the Atlanta Improv and at Chocolate Sunday's Comedy Show in Los Angeles, California.
It's Mike on the Mic. Looking forward to seeing you there.
What's happening, y'all? It's your man Sam Ant here at Viral Hip Hop News. Listen, do me a favor. You see the brother right now on your screen. Go down to my description box and follow Chakra Doctor at Chakra Doctor TV on YouTube. Your only place to find miracle food.
You know, once I started listening to Drake a lot, you know what I'm saying? I started to sing a little bit and stuff like that. But what's crazy is my mama knew when I was making a gospel rap, but she didn't know about my other music until like right before Trackstar almost.
Wow. How does she take that?
Yeah. I mean, see, it's really kind of hard. It's really kind of hard to like say because it was like after her first stroke, man, my mom was like very different, man. You get what I'm saying? Like it was just hard to tell like if it's her or the stroke talking when she talks sometimes. You know what I mean? So it's just like you don't like it was hard to identify like she wasn't the same anymore. You feel me? So it was just like when she heard my music and stuff, like she started, like she liked it, you know what I mean? And I can't even remember if she heard Trackstar or not though. I think that was after her second stroke when I made Trackstar. But she heard my other songs like Forever Girl and Crushing and stuff like that. She'll be like, you know what I'm saying, posting about it and stuff like that. Like she was happy to hear it and stuff.
That's what's up. So move us a little bit forward, man. So I think at some point in time, you're getting out of high school, you're thinking about going into the service or the military, then you enlist into the Marines, right? What was behind that decision to go to the Marines?
Man, I love everything the Marine Corps stood. Like I love everything they stood for, man. Like I love the pride they took in and they appearance. I love, you know what I'm saying, everything that the recruiter was just talking to me about, man. It was almost one of them things like, hey, if you don't want this, then don't even come. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause you gonna go through 3 months of hell. You gonna work for this over here. You can go to the army and do this, or you can go to the Air Force and do this. But over here, we gonna get you. So it's like if you want this, come get it. But at the end of the day, if you get this, like this, what you gotta do. Like we ain't acting like this. We ain't acting like them over here. You want to be a Marine, you gotta look a certain way. You gotta walk a certain way. You gotta talk a certain way. You gotta present yourself a certain way because this title means a lot, and I like that because that's how I lived my whole life already. You know what I'm saying? I cared about my appearance. I cared about, you know, how I carry myself and stuff like that. So the Marine Corps was just like the perfect fit.
Being a veteran of the Marine Corps and a young black man at the same time, what is your viewpoint, your vantage on the world as we see it right now? Obviously, with how we deal with race as black people and the war on Ukraine and the conversation on whether or not we should be even interfering. I'm curious to know what your thought is as a Marine veteran.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Like I've been so wrapped up in the music, man. I haven't even been really, you know what I'm saying, really been paying attention. So I don't even want to give you a answer that I'm not even, you know what I'm saying, if I'm not even comfortable all the way on the topic, man.
Understood.
Right. Now I heard you speaking on the breakfast.
Give me a little oh my bad.
No, go ahead, brother. Go ahead, finish off.
Oh, no, I was gonna tell him to give me a little rundown real quick on what he asking about.
Okay, so like for example, right, you see out in the Ukraine right now, you see this big uproar on support for the Ukraine and obviously so for the people that are going through what they're going through over there at the hands of Russia and whatever they got going back and forth. I don't know the exact particulars to speak on that, but then you hear what's going on with people that look like us over there still being called racial obscenities and still being treated unfairly and treated biased and things like that.
It's breaking up on my end, bit up.
Can you hear us? Check. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. My bad.
Okay, no doubt. Hearing what's going on over there when it comes to the African students, people of color, black people over there in Ukraine and the oppression, I don't want to say necessarily oppression, but the racism that they're dealing with, the racist obscenities that they're dealing with, things that we still struggle with even through war and things that really don't have anything to do with us. I was curious to know as a veteran, did you kind of see any of those things even going through the training? And how long did you serve, if you don't mind me asking?
I served 4 years.
4 years. Okay, so how was your experience? Let me ask you that. Let me rephrase it. How was your experience as a Marine, as a young black man, through those 4 years?
It's interesting. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a great experience, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Like I met, like, along the way, bro, I've seen a lot of crazy stuff, man, as far as like it's like any trouble you get into, man. Like there are some, you know what I'm saying, some people in there that still are racist, man. They still have it in them, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's one of those things. It shouldn't exist in the Marine Corps, because we are in a place, and we are all brought together in a bond of like brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? But it's been situations to where, like, you know what I'm saying, I got in trouble, or I was young and I did something or something like that, or said something a certain way, and you know, people would tell you, hey man, you know, you ain't back on the block, or you ain't, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. They don't even know me. And even in that situation, man, I met some black people, man, that treated us like kind of lame. You know what I'm saying? Thinking they knew who we were, and you know what I'm saying, in higher positions. So it's like, man, no matter where you go, it's the same, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the same. You just got to learn how to navigate through that, man. Because my papa used to tell me that all the time, man. And he used to tell me how hard it was just being a black man. I was younger, man, so you know, I really didn't understand what my papa was talking about. You know what I'm saying? I'm friends with everybody. I just want to be cool and all this stuff. But the older I got, man, I understood what he was talking about. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, it's just crazy, man. It's just crazy when you really think about it. Like, what we really deal with on a day-to-day basis, man. That, like, it's almost kind of like we kind of used to it. You know what I'm saying? And we figuring out ways just to maneuver through that and act like nothing happened. And it really did happen. And sometimes it's our own people that do it to us too.
Yeah,
definitely. Now take us, you know, I think if you were in the Marines at this time, I think your father, he passes away. You talk about being at the funeral, just being mad about that. And then dealing with depression after that. So talk about, you know, that and how that affected you after your father passed away.
My bad, but dog, it had cut out a little bit on my end. You repeat that one more time?
Yeah, I was saying, you talked about, you know, you was in the Marines and your father passed away when you were in the Marine Corps, and dealing with depression as a result of that, being in a funeral, and you said that you were mad, that you couldn't really show no emotion at that time. You were just mad that your pop died. How did dealing with that, how did that affect you? You know, you being in the military at the time and really, you know, dealing with that as a young man at that time.
Man, looking back, that really messed me up, man. I ain't gonna lie, because I thought things had to be a certain way when they didn't. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
I went to the Marine Corps. They stripped me from my emotions, in a sense, you know, that, like, it's just the training, you know, and I really bought into it. So I was emotionally numb when I went home for my pop, and I just couldn't vent, man, because I didn't know how to use my emotions, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I come to the house, my mom's crying and stuff, man. I couldn't take that. Like, I gotta find somewhere to go. I gotta find something to do. I don't like feeling like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then at the funeral, when my daddy died, man, I felt so strongly, okay, I gotta be the man. I gotta be the man of the house. Even though I felt like that before because he was sick, it's like, okay, now it's like I gotta be strong for everybody else, man. I don't got no time to vent. I gotta make sure everybody good. I gotta make sure everybody straight. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't got time for none of that. I gotta make sure everybody good, man. I gotta be the one to hold everybody together. So what I look like breaking down right here. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's really how I was carrying myself and thinking and stuff like that. So, like I said, I didn't even grieve my father's death for 2 years later.
Right. Now, is it true that you used the music kind of to deal with the depression you said you was going with at a point in time as a result of him passing away? Yeah. Dope.
Yeah, man. Like, that night, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was just in a bad spot, man. Like, at work, you'll think everything was great, man. I go to work every day with a smile on my face. I go to work with great energy. I go to work motivating my Marines. I go to work and I do my job. You know what I'm saying? I don't never bring my problems from back home to my workplace ever. I always kept that separate. I really cared about my Marines and really motivating them and things like that. But back home, I was really going through it. When I go back to the barracks and stuff, man, I'm getting the bottle, You feel what I'm saying? I'm drinking all night, listening to music and stuff. And then one day I decided to put an instrumental on, man. And I wrote this song called I Cry, and I just really let out, you know what I'm saying, all my emotions, man, that I had built up. Because it wasn't good for me, man. Like it was really turning me into like a whole nother person. See, people don't even understand that depression sometimes you don't even know that you're depressed, but you slowly becoming less and less of who you really are. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're the type of person that you like being around people, you like going out, you're gonna slowly find yourself staying in your room, you know, being to yourself, and you know what I'm saying? Like doing things like that, like you lose motivation in a lot of areas and stuff like that. Like you just become very numb. Things that you know you like, it was things that I knew I cared about that I couldn't make myself care about them, man. Like it was crazy. Like I just felt so numb, man. I just didn't feel like myself no more. But I wrote that song called I Cry, and I let out all the emotions I had bottled up, and I woke up the next day and I felt amazing. You feel what I'm saying? Like that's why I call this music and this project melodic therapy, because that's what.
To introduce the show, when I sent this to Sam, asked, oh God, that nigga said, oh God, you the man, Cass. I spit white like a clan mask, and I'm a hustler. I could stand out on the beach and sell sandbags. Some things can't last, but this ain't just a podcast. This is Sam Ant and oh God, Cass. Hip hop uncensored is the vibe, so subscribe. Hip hop uncensored is the vibe, so subscribe. Oh God, driving Sam Ant riding passenger side, and you heard it out the mouth of the greatest rapper alive. Hip hop uncensored is the vibe, so subscribe. Hip hop uncensored is the vibe, so subscribe. Oh God, driving Sam Ant riding passenger side, and you heard it out the mouth of the greatest rapper alive. Go gang.